All right, fellas, gonna try something new here. Rapid fire videos, because YouTube now, it's it's half and half. It's half long format, it's half short format. When we do freaking long format, guys, it ends up being an freaking hour long video. So I figured let's do a freaking 10-minute short video. I just typed in fitness shorts, and we're gonna see what pops up here. Let's start with this. First one that popped up is barbell row. Old versus new techniques for maximum gains. You already know this is a pencil neck shittery video right here. You got Arnold, and you got freaking whoever, new school, pencil neck shittery, slow eccentrics, which is hilarious because you have old versus new technique for maximum gains. But now the science-based community has come together and deemed longer eccentrics no more effective for growth. Not to mention, Arnold is standing on a giant platform with a superior range of motion as well. So this guy has got it freaking twisted. This is shittery, and this is tried and true classic bent over row. But let's see this. This is just, I do like the supinated grip though, I will say that. You know, kudos to anyone that's doing the rows supinated. I know for the longest time I avoided them. Got back into them thanks to the Cutler series where he was doing everything underhand grip. But let's move on here. Next video.
Think of the dip as the upper body squat. You cannot beat it. It is the best pec exercise in the world, the best shoulder and tricep exercise. Dips are by far, without a doubt, they're unparalleled. They are the best exercise for pecs, delts, and tricep. Think of the dip as the upper body squat. You cannot beat it.
The dip is a superior exercise, and I don't know, but freaking Mike here said that the dip is the best exercise for the triceps, the shoulders, and the chest. If I'm not mistaken, that's what he said. But here's the thing where people are getting it twisted, guys. This is what I don't get. I love dips, love weighted dips. I've been doing them for freaking forever, decades. And I agree, dips are one of the best exercises, upper body exercises you can do. But if we're going to say this is one of the best exercises for the chest,
it is the best pec exercise in the world.
The best pec exercise in the world. Okay, a lot of people seem to think that Mike Mentzer is a genius. Okay, but then everyone disagrees that everyone agrees that decline bench press is unnecessary bullshit exercise. Everyone does flat, and everyone likes incline bench. Nobody does decline bench. My whole thing has always been a freaking decline bench is like a hybrid bench press dip. You know what I'm saying? And depending on how much you freaking decline that angle as well. I mean, you can decline that sucker so good that you're basically doing like a pronated dip, right? Especially if you have like a cambered bar, bench bar to do it with. How is a dip any different than a decline bench press? That's what I want to know from people too. Everyone knocks the decline bench press, but in my experience, you can move tremendous loads with decline. You can freaking hit those triceps so hard with such heavy freaking weights, and it's just a freaking minute fraction of the shoulder discomfort as a freaking flat and obviously incline bench press.
Do you want
it? Jesus, that music. What do we got here? Better way to do cable bicep curls to maximize biceps growth. Wow, twist around the angle. My goodness. Isn't the strength curve essentially the exact same thing? You know what I'm saying? He could just walk closer to the cable and get the exact same effect. I understand being farther away, right? Getting the freaking delt more into it. Couldn't he just step up? All this is doing is driving that cable straight across those gonads. Who did it better? Me or Karina? I don't know what the hell that is. What the hell was that, Mike? This has to be a skit, or this. I mean, this is kind of a. This is cruel because this guy. I'm sorry, but he seems like he's somewhat on the spectrum. You get what I'm saying? Like, he seems like he has I don't know, it's just cruel, the guy. The guy seems like he has like Asperger's or something.
That's a stress.
Mitchell Hooper. 225-pound monster dumbbell push press. Pretty beastly, yes. But the guy also just did like a 500-ish pound barbell push press, which is even more beastly in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, there's a reason he's freaking world's strongest man. Major kudos. Oh, finally some good music. My goodness. There's no better soundtrack theme than freaking Terminator, other than perhaps Conan the Barbarian. Arnold's become science-based, huh? Look at how he's got the freaking swing, getting the cheek curls in it, and all of a sudden it fast forwards to 2025, and all of a sudden he's not getting any more of this momentum. Cheat, look at he's trying to be all strict now. But anyways, I think there was some study, I don't keep up with the science-based stuff too much, but I think there was, Menno Hetzelmans just came out with some study, or I don't know, at least posted about it on Instagram, that there was zero difference between strict form and cheat form, which is hilarious, because a lot of people say, like, for the longest time, how many times have you heard, like, oh, cheating, these guys only build such giant, these bodybuilders only have huge, which is true because of all the cattle compounds or whatever, but they're saying that like the cheating doesn't build any freaking muscle, and that the real way to do curls, if you want to actually build size, is to be extremely strict, and you shouldn't need any more than a 20-pound dumbbell. Absolute pencil neck shittery.
This week only, all dumb.
Farmer narrowly escapes tiger attack. What the hell is this? Holy macaroni. Wow. What a superior specimen that tiger is. That thing just plowed down a gate. That's freaking horsepower right there. My God. Whale capsizes boat. My goodness. Just, I don't know how this is related to fitness, but just freak specimens just destroying these puny pencil neck gates and boats. What the hell is going on? What is this? Where's all the fitness stuff? Wait for it. What is this? Predicting the 2005 NBA awards. The hell is that? Wow. Holy macaroni. Let me tell you something real fast. These freaking cheerleaders or whatever that is, cheer, you know what I'm saying, where they do the flips and they catch them. I mean, this guy looks like just a lethargic schmuck, but he's got to be on the cheer team or something, because that's some superior, that's almost more impressive than the Mitchell Hooper 225-pound dumbbell, circus dumbbell push press. I mean, he's hoisting, what is he? Is he freaking curl, push press, single arm catch on unstable load? This man's jump.
Don't believe me? Just watch what happened during a competition. He jumped so far.
Freaking AI. People have no cojones to just use their real voice on these videos. That is some freaking hip power. This guy must have just an absolutely nasty hip hinge. Your broad jump. I mean, if you get a freaking, you know what I'm saying, like doing Romanian deadlifts, kettlebell swings, and all that stuff, you can see he's got some voluptuous horse quads, girthy horse arse. So yeah, it's no surprise. But how far was that? They don't say. It's stupid. World's toughest obstacle course. Who gives a rat's patoot? I mean, do we give a rat's patoot? No. Jeff.
Reach their full potential if you only do these exercises. You see, we used to think that press downs, close grip presses, and traditional skull crushers were best.
I'm assuming a study has come out since this video that proved that everything is a fallacy. I don't know, just because I feel like all these videos from a year ago are just not, they don't hold up. But not to knock anything, I'm just saying.
Caused the most growth across all three heads. It caused 1.4 times more muscle growth than...
This is the analysis paralysis theme right here. 1.4. Holy buckets. This exercise costs 1.4. This exercise only costs 1.3 growth. The truth of the matter, guys, I mean, obviously, what's he even saying here? Freaking French press, skull crusher.
Number one picks, though, and contrary to popular belief, they're not just for the long. Your tricep?
Holy baloney, guys. Freaking triceps, yes. Did he have a good skull crusher, decline skull crusher? Go heavy with those suckers. Heavy dips. Maybe a freaking cable push down. Really, that's all you need. You know what I'm saying? Because you got your freaking heavy ass bench presses. that you're gonna obviously be doing as well, right? I mean, we don't need to overcomplicate this thing with. But I just realized that, you know what I'm saying? That's why he stopped making these science-based tier lists.
Tomita.
Sammy Hagar, absolute legend.
Remember, but
Absolute legend.
Yeah, the coldest of tears, they know what we bring, don't try this. They know in between we go.
Holy macaroni, Jay. Looking just absolutely girthy and striated. Vascular still. Very dense. Tricep veins, my goodness. How far is he pushing himself still? That's the question here. I mean, this guy's got some superior genetics, without a doubt, but, man. He's got, he's freaking, what, 4-time Mr. Olympia? It's pretty damn impressive. Pretty damn impressive. Oh, here we
People
go.
gotta stop thinking because you get older, you get worse.
Well, wow, what a video to come out after that Jay Cutler video just played. And then it makes you wonder, if Jay were still competing in the Olympia, you know, pushing the pedal to the metal with the gas, would he still be a top competitor? That's the question. Freaking Mike here is clearly going to say that you don't get worse with age. Let's hear what he says before I comment.
It's not true. It's true to the masses.
This is hilarious how these guys just have their shirts off. I mean, Mike is just absolutely downright mogging and humiliating Mark Bell when you look at these two. Kudos to him for having because they're probably about the same age, right? And who knows, said to take your shirt off first. But I mean, when you're going hand in hand between these two visually, my goodness.
Because they go home and sit on the couch after.
You know, maybe that's the thing. A lot of times people too, like, oh yeah, like Mike's still, I don't know, like Mark has been very open about, you know, cranking his cattle compounds throughout the years, right? And he looks, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's his carnivore diet or whatever. But his cardio, his whatever. I don't really know what he's up to these days. But, they got to be around the same age. And compare the difference of physiques. Holy macaroni.
Work at the job that they hate and the mindset they have. But she's in better shape and she won the universe 10, 15 years ago and she just had a kid. How is that even feasible? They'll say, well, it's drugs. Well, no. She was better going into the pregnancy, during the pregnancy, her arms and shoulders during the pregnancy, better than when the universe photos.
Oh, yeah. Way better.
So it's like, I think Stan knocked it out of the park. He says, people have to stop thinking just because you get older, you get worse. And I think that's a mental thing too, because we do get better mentally. Because you learn things. You trial and error.
I want to cut this off before he finishes this, but I want to say this as well here, guys. I feel like people do get worse as they get older, but that's because naturally, like, I think what he's saying is, they're working their job or whatever, and they're believing that they're going to start getting worse. But the main thing is that the job, and it's the lack of mobility, I think. Because when you're a kid, you have ultimate mobility. You can do the freaking splits, ass to grass squats, and all that kind of stuff. So you can push in the weight room. You have great mobility. You're not getting injured. As you get older, you get freaking stiffer. And a lot of weightlifting enthusiasts, bodybuilders, powerlifters, and all that kind of stuff they laugh at stretching and yoga and that kind of Pilates, that kind of stuff. But it's because of that, then they get so stiff. And as you get stiff, like the injuries are just inevitable, it's going to happen. But also as you get stiff, like you pull muscles. I'm not even talking about tearing stuff, but just pulling muscles, aches and pains and all that as well. So I think that like, it's just an understanding that like, you don't use it, you lose it for flexibility for sure. I mean, my wife used to be a yoga instructor, she used to be crazy at yoga, like insane. And then Johnny Horsecock here motivated her to just start horsing heavy loads, and then she stopped stretching altogether, and now she's like super tight, and you know, she says to us all the time, we got to stretch more, you know what I mean? Because we both get tweaked and all that. Nothing serious, but like just the lack of mobility. So when you freaking throw that mobility work in there, you won't recover as fast either. I'll say that right now. Like I used to be able to max out deadlifts like every single day. You know, that was my thing. I would do behind the back deadlifts every single day for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I would switch to Zorcher deadlifts every single day. You know what I mean? And people are like, oh, you recover from that. I'm like, I don't know, I do, you know what I'm saying? And then I tried doing it as I got older, and I can't recover from it. I just can't do it anymore. So now I can only deadlift like maybe twice a week, but ideally like heavy once a week, right? Like truly maxing out. I still work out every single day, but it's just like, I guess like a nervous system recovery thing, or, you know, the horsepower, the ability to summon that has gone down, where you used to have the aggression every single day, be able to grip and rip, yank the biggest of loads. And now I have to be more selective of when I do that. But other than that, I agree. I mean, as long as you're staying active, if you don't use it, you freaking lose it. So you keep at it. And if you stay disciplined and, you know, with progression and all that too, I don't see why you should be declining that much.
Or trial and error. It's the same thing with weightlifting. I didn't come up with this concept, the full plan, when I was 9, 10, 12.
And that's true though too. I mean, as you get older, like a lot of people think you start to lose it as you get with age. But I mean, the thing is, you should get smarter and more seasoned and experienced and wiser and learn your body and what works for you as well. The thing is, it's always evolving. It's always changing. Like I said, like 10 years from me, I could max out every freaking day and keep getting stronger with it. Whereas I can't do that anymore. So I have to change my whole concept up in that regard.
20, I was still fighting the wall. When I was training with Tom Platz, I had to beat him by a rep.
Training with Tom Platz. Holy buckets. What a pleasure that must have been. And he had to beat him by a rep, which is funny because if you guys see on Michael Hearn's channel, I actually trained with him, and I told him that I have to beat you on everything I do. I mean, jokingly, but it was true. I mean, that's kind of how I approach it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like to spite anyone, but it's just like it's a competitive mindset. You know what I'm saying? I tell you guys all the time, you got to look at it. It's not just like a workout session, but it's a competition in a sense. And I think that brings out the best in both people, unless you're like a schmuck and you're training with Larry Wheels, and that's how you end up tearing your pecs and stuff like that. Because it's like, how are you even trying to hang with someone that's a world-class record holder, you know, you're one of the strongest guys ever? Don't try to hang with someone like that. But if you're close, by all means, try to freaking beat each other by a rep.
Everything we did, had to do it. Didn't give me the results. It gave me the mental fortitude to go, I can push myself that hard. Great. But it didn't help my body. People
didn't give you the results. I don't know if I agree with that, brother. I think if you're competitive and you're pushing yourself and you eked out a couple extra reps because you had to beat him by a rep, I don't see how that wouldn't give you results. And mentally, yes, it's going to make you freaking sharper and, you know, make you the killer instinct that you got to freaking win. Competitive, like that's the attitude you got to have in the gym to bring out your A game. But I mean, not get the results, I don't know how that would be the case. I feel like you should get more results from that. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with what he's saying there, that's for sure. Kind-hearted people. Clorox.
For humans, we're not supposed to be eating bread.
Shut the frick up. Jesus Christ. Is he a carnivore or something? This shit is ridiculous. People are so stupid with their obsessions with these extreme the diet. It's like it's black or it's white. Don't eat. For humans, we're not supposed to eat bread. What the frick are you talking, guys? I eat so much bread, so many bagels and stuff, and I'll say I eat more than a human probably should in turn when it comes to the bread. But I mean, what are we even basing this off of? Like, I guess I don't get like inflammation. Well, actually, I think I have like inflammation scores before. I have very low inflammation. My blood work is like my cholesterol is super freaking low. Blood sugar is great. I mean, what happens? What is in his mind? What happens if you eat bread? Are you diabetic or something? Like, what is this? I hate that shit.
That's actually true. Humans only started eating bread after, probably several thousand years into the agricultural evolution, which itself only happened like 5,000 years ago.
Good. I hope he's being sarcastic. My God. Yeah, we've had freaking agriculture for thousands of freaking years, have we not?
We did not evolve to eat bread, but it's not just bread. We did not evolve to have a ton of tea.
Well, I'm going to wrap it up here. But the whole point, we didn't evolve, like everything he's saying. What he's saying is we didn't have all of that freaking grocery store thousands of years ago. We didn't have a grocery store at our fingertips so people can go get Snickers and ice cream and you get what I'm saying? It's just like, man, it just ticks me off. Anyways, the family is home. I said it was going to be short, sweet, 10 minutes. We've gone double the time. This is the first time we're going to do this. But we'll do this again because I think that this is it's a nice variety to the mix as opposed to an hour and a half special on 4 sentences from Tom Platz.